Hello everyone and welcome to the Silveroak campaign tutorial walkthrough and guide. Gonna go ahead and take a look at my upgrades first, figure out what I spent it on. This is what I'm gonna be spending on: piercing shot, upgraded archers, upgraded mage. I don't think I need it though, and actually let's change things up just a little bit. The reason why I do tend to have a tendency to over rely on my archer towers, and I think this is going to start to be a good place to show why. The archer towers, at least at this part of the game, actually no, I'll stick to, yeah, I'll do that. The archer towers at this part of the game are just so incredibly buff that it's not even funny how strong they are and how effective they really are. And I will not be able to keep the same upgrades after the campaign mode, but let's go ahead and do it at least for this. What you're going to first find is that you have this one Elven Tower here. The Sylvian Elves are a combination of an archer and of a barrack. So they are very powerful units. They deal a lot of damage, and they also are ranged and melee. So they are once again very effective. Gonna go ahead and just start the game now. And you really don't have to worry about much for the early waves. The early waves, there are these guys down over here, but you pretty much, your archers, these guys, are pretty much going to be able to destroy everything. You can see they have a very good range. I'd rallied them down over here just so I could be able to cover both of these lanes. So right now, all the units have pretty much died to the archers or some militia. So pretty much nothing really going on so far, nothing too out of the ordinary. You can see this one tower was also started off for you, so it is a very good tower. And in the middle of this level, you will actually be given perhaps one of the most overpowered towers in the entire game. A very effective tower. You can see that brigand's trying to run by. Not going to work. Not in my house. As now we are going to go into some giant spiders as well. So some giant spiders, high magic resistance, low health, fast speed. And anytime you have a unit that is low health and fast speed, it pretty much dies to archers anyways. So archers quickly gonna go ahead and finish off all of these guys here. Not gonna even really get to my militia. Gonna call in another, there you go, and call in another wave of giant spiders, and just trying to get up to the level 3 archers, or the level 4 ranger towers. The ranger tower has this root ability that I've been talking to you guys about, and for ever since day one, whenever I created, there it is, the level 4 ranger towers. And the level 4 ranger towers are just so gosh darn good. I'll begin to show you why they are so good in just a moment. I do need a lot of gold in order to upgrade to them, but they are very effective. Quickly going into this, now I should be able to get to the ranger tower right now. There you go. And it is 2 rangers inside that one tower right there. I'll go ahead and call in a wave. And really, there's not much to these guys. They have 2 additional abilities: poison arrows and Wrath of the Forest. And Wrath of the Forest is really what makes that ranger tower so good. Wrath of the Forest essentially roots all units that are close to this ranger tower. So you're going to see how strong that is, and it holds them for up to 3 seconds. Now, there is a cooldown on it, but there isn't a maximum on the number of ranger towers you're allowed to have. So if you have 2 to 3 ranger towers directly next to each other, they will all be able to just cast Wrath of the Forest over and over again. And you really don't have to worry about any of the guys sneaking by you at all. There you go, level 1. You get a little guy sitting there with the little staff, and there's not much that's really going to get done here. Are the wolves going to try to make their way up? They're not going to even make their way through. Wolves, fast moving units, but they deal no real damage, and they're really easy to take down. Gonna go ahead and upgrade that to a ranger tower, or upgrade the root. You want to get the Wrath of the Forest as high of a level as possible, as early on as possible, as it definitely does help out. More wargs still coming in. Wargs are another new enemy. Magic resistance, I don't care. I don't have a mage tower. It can dodge melee and very fast attacks, or very fast movement speed. So once again, gonna upgrade that tower up to the highest level there. And then I still have this tower in the back if I do decide to continue those upgrades even further. So wolves are trying to get by. Those wolves should not be able to get by at all. Oh, we're going to have to leave some guys here. Yep, I will have to leave some guys there. Almost snuck by me, but not going to be able to do so for very long. And more giant spiders coming in once more. But really, all I have are two towers, and then this upgraded Sylvan Tower here. I hope none of you guys had any problems on this map, because it's easy. Once you start to use these level 4 Ranger Towers, so effective. You can see I'm at 10 over 15, still have 20 life, and nothing's really gotten by me at all. So you're gonna go ahead and see more of those little guys. There's the root for just a second. The root also does 40 damage a second. So that is, and it is also a magic based attack. So it is a ranger tower that also does magic based damage. So things that have high armor values later on still take that damage over time. So that's also very important to note. If you want to be able to, if you're wondering how later on you would deal with things that have high armor, these ranger towers do deal damage over time that is not based on physical, and that is why it is really that effective here. You can see that the spiders are trying to squeeze by there. It doesn't. Oh, am I gonna? No, I don't have to use a fireball. And now call in another wave early, and you know what? I'm just gonna take care of this wave with a nice easy fireball early on, able to just stop them in their tracks, and also have them lose a lot more hit points and a little bit more quickly than, say, anything else. There you go. They're trying to come in once again. Gonna get another root. And almost at this point, all I really need to do is keep track of the militia. Keep track of the militia, make sure that the militia are constantly in play, making sure that they can intercept any of these guys. You saw that root take down all of 3 of those spiders very, very easily. Constantly being cast. You can see another root just stopping them in their tracks, and this is pretty much how I got through the majority of the game. No more barracks towers. Maybe on some of the levels later on, 1 or 2, but it had to have been a map where it was a lot of wolves that were able to run by, perhaps in the mountain passes, which I have not yet hit in this walkthrough so far. So yep, there you go. All of them going to get rooted once more. And beating this level with only 3 towers or 3 buildings, rather funny. You have so many positions, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. You just need a couple of towers in very, very smart positions, constantly firing. The DPS, or the damage per second, on these ranger towers, so effective at stopping units. And I just have extra gold right now, so I guess I will go ahead and upgrade another ranger tower here, just because I got the money. Yeah, you can see those guys just trying to slip by, gonna get rooted and stuck inside that kill zone oh so easily. Up, and what is this guy? Slow speed, armored, cost 3 lives. Normally you would say armored guys cause a little bit of problems for these archers, and not going to be the case, as it does have this Wrath of the Forest, 40 damage a second for 3 seconds, dealing 120 damage each, able to slow them down pretty significantly. And you're going to see that this guy just get rooted all of a sudden. He's there. Oh, he's not going to get rooted. All right. Let me go ahead and rain in fire there, so I do not have to worry about any of the other guys coming in from behind. You can see how quickly that guy did fall. More brigands are trying to sneak by. They're not going to make it through. Archers attacking way too quickly. Oh, should I hire more? Yes, I'll hire another elf. And there you go. Campaign, not losing 1 life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Now, onto the heroic and iron challenges.